Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Talking MONS, our Digimon Ghost Game Recap Podcast. See, I got through it this time. My name is JD, and of course joining me is Jeanette and Gary.
Hello.
And we are going to be talking about episodes 19 and 20, The Witching Hour and Prison of Fire. So we got some kind of creepy, kind of dramatic episodes this week. We kind of got some semblance of a plot moving forward, so that's kind of nice. But
Yeah.
we'll get to it. Don't you worry. So we'll go ahead and start with episode 19, The Witching Hour. So basically, this episode is it's playing on the old trope, or I guess the old superstition that that the twilight hour, the time of the sun setting, that's when like magic and witches and monsters, that's when they're like really that's when they really come out and all that, and it kind of plays on that old superstition. But we kind of get the quote unquote villain of this episode is not who Digimon I would expect to be a bad guy, and the way that they mess with the kids this episode is very interesting. But before we get into the nitty gritty, what did you guys think about this one?
It scared me. I was actually pretty spooked by this one.
It's spooky, but also the implication of time travel seems like it could cause a lot of issue. I don't know how they would deal with it in the future.
I was very confused as this, like, is this actual time travel, or are we just like setting them to like a weird like side dimension like they do when they're gonna fight someone and they throw up that little hologram world they fight in. It's kind of unclear if it's actually time travel, but
that's what I thought initially. But at the very end, who's the villain Digimon in this episode again? What's the name?
Piximon.
Piximon. He went back in time and got beat up by Gamamon.
That was hilarious.
The phrase, I like that fucking kill, man. He's just like, I'm gonna go back in time and kill you so you can't come back. So none of this will ever happen. He disappears, comes back 2 seconds later with the shit kicked out of him.
Yes.
He's like, what the fuck are you?
I think we all want to know that about Gamamon. What the fuck is he? Because on one hand, he's a little adorable toddler dinosaur. On the other hand, apparently he was some sort of like fuck beast in his previous in his past.
It's really funny because the implication is that Gamamon has some dark past, which we kind of can assume because of I think it's Gulus Gamamon, the black one.
Yeah.
Black evolution. But then apparently he's going to be some like great savior or something in the future, because like Piximon goes to the future just to see like what the fuck is going to happen. And he comes back, he's like, oh my god, I want to be your best friend now.
I actually laughed my ass off at that.
Yeah.
But also, I do want to talk about this episode, just going back to the beginning. Gamamon's buying chocolate on his own for the first time.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that's adorable.
That killed me out of cuteness.
It's
so
like
cute.
Yeah, because it's like Gamamon is being treated like he's this tiny child. Obviously, he is very toddler-like. So I like that they're like trying to teach him like how you would teach a child. Like, okay, well, we're gonna send you to the store by yourself this time. When they're technically watching him the entire time, so if anything actually happens. But it's cute. They're like, okay, remember, don't talk to strangers. Don't go into traffic. Here's a map to where you're going. Go there and come straight back.
If people ask you what you are, you're a hologram.
Yeah. And it's completely sold by whoever Gamamon's voice actor is. Just has that very toddler-esque voice and delivery to him.
Yes.
Like my black little heart warms every time he goes, oh!
I'm not nearly as cute. I'm sorry.
I can't do it, and I'm sorry for anyone who had to just listen to that. But his weird excited gasp that he does is adorable.
Yes. I wish I could be that cute. He's so cute.
But yeah, it's weird because it's like you see, so Piximon like ends up sending Hiro and Ruli to some side time. I don't know if it's like the future or the past, but basically they get sent to this time, and it's full of like silhouettes of people. Like you don't actually see the people walking around. until they are met by their own silhouettes, which slowly try to take them over, and basically the silhouettes are trying to take them, turn the real ones into the silhouettes so that they can basically take their place back in present time.
They also choke them out by when they try to do this.
They sure do.
They're horrifying.
There's attempted murder.
Yeah.
And the fucking shadow doppelgangers are really creepy with the weird creepy smile that they have on their.
They just want to be human by murdering someone and taking their place.
It's never fully explained what they are. And
No.
also, does that mean the other people Piximon might have witched away are also, like, gone in the past, disappeared?
Yeah, he never says if he actually brings the other people back.
Gamamon tells him he has to, and he says okay.
That's right, that he does. So it's implied that he does. So hopefully he did. But yeah, so I'm wondering if Piximon's going to be around more because he wants to be friends with him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in the next couple episodes again.
Yeah, there's going to be some point, I think, where the Digimon from past episodes, it may be the very end, but there'll be some point where they all come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of was in Digimon Adventure when everyone sort of gathered around for the ending of Digimon Adventure 2020.
Yeah, I mean, we do know that there is a club of, for lack of a better word, of Digimon that are just like hanging out because they're Digimon in the real world and they need resources and they need to like hang out and stuff. So like they'll kind of hang out in a back alley together and Goron goes to visit them sometimes.
And trade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like Jellymon is like constantly like getting stuff for them, and
He's making banks.
And also something the series, and this will get more brought up in the next episode, but something the series is really expanding on is like these Digimon, they're kind of coming through portals. Like how many of them are there in the human world? How frequent is this? And they all seem to get like trapped here.
Yeah, that's definitely a big theme in the next episode. But yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little more of like these Digimon, and like they're kind of being brought here against their will.
Yeah. Or the like Piximon who can just teleport wherever. He can teleport between worlds. He can go wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. So that's it. That has an implication of itself. If Piximon is one of the few that can bounce between worlds.
I don't think he can, but he can bounce between time where portals open up. So he can always go back to the digital world by bouncing to where he came when he came into the real world.
True.
Well, I would assume to get to Gamamon in the past, you'd have to go back to the digital world, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of... His power is not that well defined.
It's either that or he went back a few episodes when he did his Black Evolution and he went fucking crazy.
Can you just imagine being angry Gamamon and Piximon shows up and says, I'm gonna kick your ass?
and then he beats the shit out of him and sends him back.
Yeah. Like, I would have loved to have seen that on screen, just that happen.
I think it's funnier not seeing it.
Like, it is funny.
Oh, yeah.
He's so determined to go kill him in the past, he comes back with just the shit beat out of him.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of The Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at The Geekly Grind.
Alright, well, we'll move into episode 20, Prison of Fire, and I'm just gonna get out of the way right now. We have our first confirmed fatality.
Yeah!
Someone actually dies. We have an on-screen death.
It's fucked up.
Is this the first time in Digimon history?
I don't think so. I think maybe on-screen death. I know there's been death in Digimon, but like, no, we see a guy be disintegrated in fire, and it's confirmed that like, he's dead. he gone.
Well, maybe he should have listened to the Digimon that were trying to help him, you know?
You know what? If a monster comes up to me and I'm in a burning house, like, hey, yo, you got to listen to me. I'm trying to help you. I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna get out of this burning house and away from the monsters. I mean, I think what he did was a logical, at least in his situation, was a logical response. But obviously, he didn't know if he left Dark Lizamon's protective flame, he would just disintegrate.
Well, yeah, the flame thing. How does he know that this is the thing that's
he doesn't know that's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it takes the kids a while to figure that out, and they're not in like immediate danger.
Yeah.
So yeah, this episode is actually pretty tense, because the kids are being dogged by these two Digimon. One is Dark Lisamon, and one is it's Black Bergermon, but his name is Sabergermon, because Digimon is just full of recolors. In fact, I think Dark Lisamon is just a recolor of Flare Lisamon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically they're just hunting these kids down. They're hunting Hiro specifically because he knows where, or they think he knows where the Black Gatomon that like comes and drops shit off to him occasionally is.
Yeah.
Because apparently Black Gatomon is the only one that they know freely make portals and jump between the worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Still not sure why, but yeah, they just like Hiro keeps saying that like I don't know where this thing is, and they just assume that he's lying, so they're basically just like trying to fucking kill this kid. And like the fight is intense, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's even more tense because they basically take Ruli and Kyo out of the fight pretty early. They go to Kyo first, because Ruli and Hiro, the Digimon, went to an amusement park, so they went back to find Kyo, put him in the fire, the black fire prison that you can't leave unless you be disintegrated, to get him out, and then they trap Ruli and Angoramon pretty early in the fight. So they just got like Hiro and Gamamon like by themselves, and it's just 2-on-1. But man, there was a hell of a fight between this.
Yeah.
And one of the big revelations of this episode is Gamamon kind of pretty much has control over his evolutions now, that he can freely like swap between them.
And it's an intense fight.
Yeah,
like,
like
Gamamon gets the shit kicked out of him. They try to run away. Hiro twists his ankle, and Gamamon is like, "I'm going to do it. I'm going to protect you, Hiro."
And then he's like, "I need to be fast," because at first he does Vazen Gamamon, the big Triceratops.
Yeah,
he's like, "Okay, I need to be faster. Okay, so I'm going to be the red one. So he's faster." So he beats the shit out of Dark Lisamon. He's like, okay, well now we need to fly, so he turns into the blue one that can fly, and then he goes up, and he also learns a fire punch.
That's cool. It was cool. I will say this episode is gorgeously animated.
Oh yeah, I think the previous episode have some like little wonky art here and there, but then in this episode, really smooth all the way.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of cool, gorgeous shots, especially of Sabergermon, like using its attacks. Like I got a couple screenshots, so like these look really cool.
Oh yeah, and it's like I can take a few episodes of kind of like wonky character designs, if it means that the budget's being put towards the like really good action set pieces.
Yeah, and I'm gonna post a few in the chat, but yeah, they looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. Like it was actually a really fun fight to watch.
Yeah.
Or fights.
Yeah.
And Hiro also did a lot too. He's really ballsy with the go-kart ramming.
Oh yeah. Like this kid could have died at any moment. And look, someone's actually died. I don't think they're gonna kill the kids, but like, okay, that's on the table now. So humans can die. I did like his explanation for that, where he asked Flare Lisamon, is like, what would happen to the other guy, like, because he was telling him about the story that they were trying to save this guy from a burning house, which I think it's implied that they accidentally started. But he's basically just saying that, like, well, humans don't turn back into eggs like we do.
Yeah,
and that's your indication. Like, no, that guy's dead.
Yeah. Oh, he died.
Yeah, they inadvertently killed a guy, and he feels really bad about it.
And then the family starts calling them monsters, and they just want to go home. They're gonna kill someone if they have to go home. They want nothing to do with this world anymore.
And that's the sad thing, is that they are doing all this thing, all like this entire fight with Hiro, literally just because they want to go home. And like, because they're like, look, Digimon and humans are too different. There is no place for us in this world. We came here through a portal on accident. We didn't want to come here, and we just want to go home. And we know this cat that is the only one that can do it. And it's really sad because they're like,
Mhm.
we didn't want to hurt anybody. We just want to go home. And it to see their relief when Black Godamon shows up right at the end, opens a portal and leaves.
Yeah, he does
Um,
his little tilt his head, tilt his little hat, and leaves.
Yep.
Which
He opens a portal for them so they can go home, but like Flair leaves him on, like apologizes and is like really remorseful for what happened. And
Mhm.
and I know we've kind of touched on this through the season so far, that I am really enjoying that they're not straight up killing the enemy Digimon, and a lot of the times they're actually either befriending them or at least understanding where
Yes.
they're coming from. So it's like with like Piximon in the last episode, it's like, okay, yes, he was doing all this fucked up shit, but like he, turned it around at the end where he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I want to actually be friends with you guys. And like how Blair Lizamon and Saber Dramon like don't actually want to hurt people; they just want to go home and
Mhm.
get out of this place that's like so strange to them. Like,
It's
you.
it's actually a really nice contrast because, like, in Digimon Adventure 2020, when they got to that one continent, like, the Digimon were these animalistic, like, killing machines,
Mhm.
and this one, they've really humanized the Digimon a lot in this season, and I like it.
Yeah, you always like seem to understand their motivations. The only one I think that we kind of can't understand is the Phalasmon, the devil guy, who I'm still
Mhm.
waiting to see if he's coming back. He's just being a dick so far. We don't
Yeah,
know his motives.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Right.
I do wanna say, I know that it hasn't been in the series very much, but I just think a Black Tailmon just has the coolest design. I love him. I love him.
I I I do like that they gave him like a poncho and a backpack. Like, he's not
Yes.
just a black Autobot, he's like specifically like a delivery person.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
With a
so
little cute cat logo on the hood.
yeah, I want a hat with that logo on it. I want his little
Yes.
but yeah, Black Gatomon, like, I really want to know more about this because they show up, they never say anything. They like either drop something off to Hero and the gang, or they open a portal to get Digimon back to the digital world, and then they leave. Like,
Mhm.
they never
Yeah.
say anything.
We need to know more.
And it's implied that they know Hero's dad because that's where he keeps bringing all the cards for the watches from.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if like the Black Gatamon's like his dad's partner or something.
That'd be cool.
I'm curious. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a tense one, and
Yeah.
it again, it's moving our plot forward a little bit, but still bringing up a lot of questions.
Mhm. But at least it's sort of bringing up questions rather than just not bringing anything up at all.
Right. We're moving forward very slowly.
Yes.
We're getting there.
All in good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, anything else you guys want to bring up?
I wish the amusement part was a little longer, just a little longer, like before the fighting happened, because it's cute seeing Gamamon wanting to go on different ride, and also
Yeah.
people reacting to it when it's a hologram can get
Yes.
wet from that little log fume ride.
Yeah.
And also, Goromon was also not in his visible form. And does that mean that other people can see this huge bunny walking around the amusement park? And my question is, why aren't kids swamping him for pictures?
Well, I think it's implied the park is just full of tons of holograms,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
But no,
Also,
I get Gary's thing. Is like, oh,
yeah,
he would be loved by tiny little children. It's a
yeah.
big fluffy bunny. Why wouldn't they want a picture with it?
that's true.
And
I
also, Ruli's friends is there too. So they saw Angoromon.
think they've seen him before.
Yeah,
I think the episode with Phalaspawn I think is when they first saw Angoramon. So I think they know. They don't know. I don't know if they know he's a Digimon, but they know he's he's like Ruli's hologram.
Yeah. And they know there's something going on with him and that she'll tell them when she's ready.
Yeah.
Right. So we know that there are some adults and a good number of children that know what Digimon are. So I'm wondering if more people are going to be brought into the fold or what they're going to do with that like interaction between Digimon and humans, if it's going to be more of a widespread thing.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah. Before Black Gatomon came in and Deus Ex Machina again, I was seriously thinking that they were going to end this episode by having them work in the amusement park. Like being part of like all the hologram and things.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that too.
Yeah. I think I liked what direction they went with better.
Yes.
Yeah, thematically, I think they made the right choice. And again, it like brings up that mystery of like, what the hell is up with this Black Gatomon? Which, I really hope we get some kind of an answer soon, but I'm not putting money on that yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, guys, I think that'll do it for this week. Appreciate everybody listening. Let us know in the comments and on our socials what you thought about these 2 episodes, what you think is going to be what's going on and all that. So thank you all for listening. Stay safe out there, and we will catch you next time.
Bye-bye.